Remembering Mrs. Cox, a legacy of love and learning at Jack Jill School. A single life can touch generations, leaving ripples of inspiration long after it's gone. That's exactly the legacy left behind by Mrs. Mary Crowder Cox, a woman whose quiet devotion and extraordinary dedication shaped the West End community of Henrico for more than 60 years. But her passing at 83 has stirred both sorrow and admiration among those who knew her. And this is the part most people miss. Her impact stretches far beyond the classroom, echoing in the lives of thousands she nurtured. As summertime draws to a close in Richmond, and families ready their children with sharpened pencils and fresh notebooks, one school feels a deeper absence. At Jack Jill, a cherished private preschool and elementary school in Tuckahoe, students and staff prepare for a new year, still processing the loss of the school's heart and long-time leader. Mrs. Cox, who passed away on June 27th, ran Jack Jill with unwavering warmth and vision for over 6 decades, following in the footsteps of her mother, who founded the institution in the early 1950s. Through wars, social changes, and shifting educational philosophies, the school remained family-operated, with Mary at the helm, ensuring each generation flourished. Think about that for a moment. How many leaders today can say they've guided not just hundreds, but thousands of children, as well as their own community, for over half a century? It's almost impossible to tally the number of lives Mrs. Cox influenced, but the overwhelming turnout at her visitations and the emotional, packed celebration of her life in July made it undeniably clear. Mrs. Cox's presence is etched in the community's memory. When visiting Jack Jill today, you'll hear countless stories, from alumni who credit her with their first lessons in public speaking, to a Henrico police officer who stopped by with snapshots from his kindergarten days back in 1966. Old report cards in hand. Her legacy isn't measured in test scores, but in the confidence, kindness, and resilience that her former students carry into the world. Here's where it gets even more remarkable. Even after retiring and handing the reins to her daughter, Pam Cox Brown, herself a fixture at the school for 42 years, Mrs. Cox remained present at Jack Jill. Perched upstairs, she'd greet visitors and share lessons in both education and life. Many parents, like Amy Lacey, a familiar face from Virginia this morning, found themselves learning from Mrs. Cox too. When I enrolled my daughter at Jack Jill, I never expected the profound personal education I'd receive. Mrs. Cox led by love, celebrated every milestone, and saw each child not just as a student, but almost as her own. Her hope? That every child would grow up strong in character and gentle in spirit, something I see mirrored in my daughter each day. Faith was the foundation of Mrs. Cox's world. Her compassion and respect for others, whether young or old, drew directly from her Christian beliefs. She encouraged her staff and her own family to treat everyone as though they wore a sign around their neck saying, "Make me feel special. Make me feel valued. Make me feel loved." In today's fast-paced competitive world, isn't that a radical idea? Shouldn't more educators lead with that kind of empathy? But here's where opinions might clash. While some cherish her faith-based, nurturing approach, others might question if such a deeply personal touch is compatible with the demands and diversity of modern education. Should schools focus more on academic achievement, or, as Mrs. Cox believed, on raising good, kind people? And how much does a school's culture depend on the heart of its leaders? We want to hear from you. Do you agree with Mrs. Cox's philosophy? Should schools emphasize personal growth over test scores? Or is that too idealistic for today's world? Share your thoughts. Who knows? Your perspective could spark the next great conversation about education and leadership.